From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Looks like the winds have calmed down there, but still it's a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. Also the wind gusts are still doing their thing in the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills. Today's not going to be as windy as yesterday, but still it's going to be quite gusty out there. Current temperatures for this morning are in the 50s and 60s, so not as mild/warm as we were for yesterday morning. 40s and 50s up in the Cascades and 50s in the Blues. Your day planner forecast for today: haze is going to be more noticeable up in the sky for today, especially for the valleys, but cooler for today. Big time cool down, be into the mid to upper 70s around lunchtime, and then 70s and 80s for the hottest part of the day. So the bottom line for the forecast: cool down for today with hazy sunshine. Showers and thunderstorms on the horizon, especially for Friday and more circling Saturday. And then the high temperatures are going to stay in the 80s for lower elevations over the next 7 days. Lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the city manager on paid leave now filing a legal claim against the city, accusing a council member of harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. The new allegations and who's named coming up.
And a terrifying car rollover in Benton County leaves one woman trapped inside. We know about the crash and the rescue just ahead.
Plus, some strong winds and high temperatures left fire crews across the region scrambling to keep up with the flames. Of course, we're going to check in with our very own Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have a full breakdown and the latest updates on the fires around the region. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica DeLal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, August 14th. And of course, we want to start with the very latest on a number of fires burning across the region this morning. We check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with a breakdown of what's going on. How are things looking out there right now, Josh?
Yeah, thankfully the situation is much calmer as opposed to just 12 hours ago. As well, this one was the big one. The Hoh fire, not big in acreage, but big in impact, as there were some localized evacuations in West Richland around Belmont Boulevard, Soley Lane. It was only 10 acres, but it is now 100% contained. No more evacuations in place. Then there's the corn fire that's burning in Franklin County. This one close to East Sagemore Road in US 395, also around 10 acres, and this one also 100% contained. Then we take you down to Umatilla County. The Duff fire, we've been tracking this one over the past couple days off of Duff Road, about 7 miles to the south of Adena. The acreage on this has been adjusted to 51 and now containment up to 90%. So most of these fires are in check. If we have any more updates on these, we'll be sure to pass those along a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Now, new information on a rollover crash in Benton County.
Yeah, it all happened just after 10 o'clock yesterday morning on Gibbon Road near Interstate 82. Take a look at your screen. We have photos from the scene. Investigators say the car rolled several times before landing on its roof, and a woman was trapped inside the car. Fire crews quickly arrived, working to free her from the wreckage.
She was later transported to a local hospital for her injuries. Officials are still looking into what caused the crash.
5:03 in Pasco, with former Mayor Pete Serrano stepping down, the city's getting ready for a change at the top. Moline expected to become the next Pasco Mayor Pro Tem. That's David Moline. He's in line to take over, finishing out Serrano's term through December. He says that he was just as surprised as everyone else to hear Serrano is now the interim U.S. Attorney for Eastern Washington, but he is ready to make the move from Pro Tem to Mayor, possibly as soon as next Monday's council meeting.
I think it's probably the biggest honor of my life, with the exception of my kids, and be married. But yeah, it's just a huge honor. Never thought I would be in this position, and I'm very thankful. And again, it's something you never think that's possible, but when it happens, you just want to step up, work hard, and do whatever I can to make Pasco a better place.
So come January, he does say that he hopes to see one of the newer members of the city council to step into the leadership role as mayor. As far as Toronto's district role, the council has to fulfill that seat within the next 90 days.
Now to continuing coverage, the city of Sunnyside is bracing for potentially a new legal fight involving its city manager.
Yeah, Mike Gonzalez is currently still under investigation and on paid administrative leave. He has now filed a tort claim against the city.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia explains what this could mean for Sunnyside.
On August 6th, City Manager Mike Gonzalez filed a tort claim, a legal step often taken before a civil lawsuit, seeking compensation for alleged harm. This move follows Gonzalez being placed on a 30-day paid administrative leave, which has since been extended to 90 days.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. We do have a motion on the floor.
He remains on leave as the investigation continues. According to legal documents obtained by Apple Valley News Now, Gonzalez is seeking general damages, claiming he suffered harassment, retaliation, and discrimination, especially after Councilwoman Teresa Hancock was reappointed. Gonzalez claims that Hancock repeatedly questioned his professional identity, referring to him by his maternal surname, Kronmeyer, and accusing him of misrepresenting his legal name to get the job. He says he provided official documentation, including his driver's license and social security card, to prove his identity, but the accusations persisted in meetings, emails, and even court filings. Gonzalez claims these actions were aimed at discrediting him and undermining his credibility as a Latino public official. The claim also states that Hancock accused Gonzalez of misappropriating city funds, though he says there is no evidence to support this. Gonzalez further alleges that Hancock stalked him and filed over 60 public records requests targeting him and city staff, straining city resources. In total, Gonzalez's claim lists 22 people as involved or witnesses, with the possibility of more as the investigation unfolds. He says the alleged actions have caused him emotional distress, anxiety, and sleep difficulties. No specific amount of damages has been named yet, but Gonzalez is seeking compensation for what he describes as retaliation, discrimination, a hostile work environment, defamation, and invasion of privacy. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, of course, this is an ongoing investigation, and we will continue to keep you updated on it right here on air and online.
And for more details, just visit our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com.
And taking you to Benton County when it comes to raising a family in Washington, the state is leading the pack.
And that's according to a new ranking from SmartAsset. The list looked at things like housing prices, school test scores, the number of recreation and community centers, and also the cost of childcare. Benton County scored big points for relatively low childcare costs and above average access to recreation centers, pushing it to that #1 spot.
Franklin County came in at #4 for the state, matching Benton County in schools and childcare costs, but falling short on community and recreation center availability. Nationwide, the top spot went to Oconee County in Georgia.
And I am not surprised about Benton County.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Yeah, love it here.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. This morning, President Trump preparing for a historical meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It could reshape the war in Ukraine. Coming up, we'll break down the deal that's on the table.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline?
Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster.
Even cheaper.
Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge.
With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
The Harlem Globetrotters are playing against the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. What would you do if you saw a date nap on your husband's phone?
Ignore it.
Who said ignore it? All the women in here with it.
Celebrity Family Feud tonight on ABC.
Step right up for a fast ride free with BFT to the Benton Franklin Fair. 6 park and ride spots to concerts and more.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a sunny day, although there will be some hazy sunshine up in the sky as there is smoke that is downwind of a fire that is burning on the west side. We'll show you the smoke forecast model here in just a second. Today's high is going to be cooler as opposed to yesterday, about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That means that vegetation dryness is going down, so the fire risk going down as well, even though the wind gusts are, it's still going to be gusty across the map. They're just not going to be as strong as yesterday. Then for tonight, shower chances starting to pick up for the Cascades. Actually, rain going to be likely in the Cascades, a little bit less likely to the east of there. I think the foothills and the Blues probably keep it dry, and overnight low is going to be down in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations. And then for tomorrow, high temperatures staying just about as warm as they'll be for today. The wind gusts overall are going to be weaker, but it still could be a little bit breezy out there. And again, rain going to be likely in the Cascades, less likely for the valleys, and to the east of there we'll keep it dry. Then for Friday night, this is when we'll up the ante as shower and thunderstorm chances going to become much more widespread. The best energy for thunderstorms is going to be in Morrow and Umatilla counties and also up in the Cascades. Now let's show you the smoke with the Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke model, and you can see it's just going to be downwind of that fire. There's the origin of the fire on the west side, so downwind of that's where we'll have some reductions to air quality, but probably only moderate reductions. This was Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. I'll show you Futurecast radar and time out some of those rain chances coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. It's 12 minutes after 5 now, and we're taking a look at national headlines and the latest on Friday's high-stakes summit in Alaska between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
This morning, we are getting a better idea of what the U.S. could offer Russia to stop the fighting in Ukraine.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
This morning, President Trump preparing to meet with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, the first time the Russian president has set foot on U.S. soil in nearly a decade. The British Daily Telegraph reports White House officials are working on a deal that would give Russia access to natural resources in Alaska in exchange for ending the war, along with the lifting of some sanctions on the Russian aviation industry, and providing access to rare earth minerals in Ukrainian territories currently under Russian occupation. Trump warning Russia there will be consequences if Putin doesn't agree to end the war.
Will Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting on Friday?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
there will be
be?
consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
The president has called Friday's meeting a listening exercise, adding that it's really about, quote, setting the table for a future face-to-face meeting between Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky.
There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first.
But Zelensky warns that Putin is bluffing and he's not serious about ending this war. On Wednesday, President Trump spoke virtually with Ukraine's president and European leaders. The British Prime Minister ready for a peace deal, but still had this warning for Putin.
We do stand ready also to increase pressure on Russia, particularly the economy, with sanctions and wider measures as may be necessary.
Trump has suggested both sides may need to give up territory. Russia currently controls about 20% of Ukraine and is making advances. Video circulating online this week shows explosions across the Eastern Front, with Russian troops breaching the front line. Civilian deaths now reportedly at their highest levels since the early months of the war.
And during that call with Zelensky, European leaders say they are united with President Trump that there must be a ceasefire before peace talks can begin.
So talks are expected to start tomorrow. We'll, of course, be sure to follow the developing story and keep you updated as those developments become available.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth has how your weather is looking today. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast right after the break.
It's summer event time.
Bronco and Bronco Sport make every adventure more epic.
Because they come with GOAT modes. Goes over any type of terrain.
Lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $299 a month for $36. Only at your local Ford dealer.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer, with less static and wrinkles. So you start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on the finance guy, will it make him softer? The office dog less clingy? Bounce can't do it all, but for fresher, softer, better laundry.
For the first time ever, Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale is coming to the Eppo Center. Make the most of what's left of camping and boating season. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, parts, accessories, and more. Every category, every price point, all on sale. Zero down and no payments for 90 days. On approved credit. One location. Massive savings at the Eppo Center in Pasco. Learn more at BrettsRV.com.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel.
Lease a 2025 F-150 STX Super Crew for $329 a month for $36. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children's Spokane. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, today's going to be cooler with hazy sunshine. The real action is going to kick in for tonight and into tomorrow. So that's when we're going to pick it up with Futurecast radar. This is midnight as we transition into tomorrow. You see some light rainfall in the Cascades, also in the valleys. So we'll put this into motion. And by 4, it looks like my model broke here. So that is very unfortunate. But point being is that we're going to see mainly the best chances for rainfall are going to be in the Cascades and also in the valleys for tomorrow. And then for tomorrow night, that's when it's going to become much more widespread into the basin, into the foothills, and into the blues. We'll have to check in on that. All right, vegetation dryness for tomorrow is going to be lower. So given that we do have some lightning in the forecast, we are not too concerned about the lightning fire potential. It's not going to be 0, but it's not going to be as high as the fire potential was for yesterday. And then for Saturday, thunderstorms looking likely up towards the pass in Kittitas County. Also thunderstorms looking likely in the Blue Foothills and in the Blue Mountains. Points in between, it's probably just going to be rainfall. And then in terms of vegetation dryness, just limited to medium. So again, for Saturday, the lightning fire potential is going to be, it's not going to be 0, but it's not going to be anything I'm going to be concerned about personally. Then for Sunday, mostly dry, could have some leftover showers or thunderstorms in the Blue Foothills and in the Blue Mountains. We'll keep a close eye on that, but once again, vegetation dryness just going to be limited to medium, so not too concerned about lightning fire starts for Sunday either. Hey, this is some good news. Thursday night, so tonight through Saturday, Looks like we'll pick up over an inch of rainfall in the Cascades. Very beneficial stuff. Maybe between 0.1 to 0.2 inches of rainfall in the valleys to the east of there. It looks like we're going to have a hard time picking up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So Saturday is going to be the most active day. Like you saw, some stuff lingering for Sunday. That's going to continue for Monday. Looks like we completely dry it out for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then in terms of our high temperatures, they'll stay pretty seasonal, if not a little bit below average for the next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy sunshine today, more clouds tomorrow, then rain likely for Saturday. In Yakima, small shower chances Friday, rain likely Saturday, then maybe another small thunderstorm chance Monday. In Ellensburg, gloomy tomorrow, rain chances pick up Saturday, then a little storm chance to start next week. In Hermiston, mid to upper 80s and Pleasant over the next couple days, then rain likely on Saturday, trending drier after that. Finally, for Walla Walla, thunderstorms likely Saturday. A few thunderstorms could linger into Sunday and Monday as well.
All right, so get out and enjoy it while we can today.
After these last few days where it was just way too hot, I'm ready for this.
You would be.
Of course.
Yeah. Coming from Texas, you know,
yeah,
it's unexpected.
It feels like Texas.
It's unexpected.
Usually, you know, every summer I'm always like, it's not as hot as Texas, but lately it's been feeling like it.
I know. We do need a little bit of rain, so it'll be nice.
Yes, and the cooler weather this time of the year, always encouraged for sure.
Of course. Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your entertainment headlines coming up, and of course, major news for Swifties. Taylor Swift making a rare podcast appearance, announcing new music, and revealing a massive legal win, all while sitting next to her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. We've got the highlights from the interview. It's all coming up after the break.
It's safe to say that a great day's work starts with a great night's sleep. So no matter what kind of job you have, Denver Mattress has the right mattress for you. So shop the Labor Day sale today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $800 on Purple mattress and adjustable base bundles. And get a $300 gift. Or check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99. Plus get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we've got a long lineup of vehicles for summer fun, like Camry, RAV4, Grand Highlander, BZ4X, Tundra, Corolla Hybrid, Tacoma, Sienna, Corolla Hatchback, Sequoia, Prius, RAV4 Hybrid, Land Cruiser, GR Supra, Toyota Crown,
Right now, during Toyota's National Sales Event, you can lease a powerful new 2025 Prius for just $299 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Brian is the regional logistics leader. He makes sure things are ready when it comes to disaster response.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Step right up for a fast ride free with BFT to the Benton Franklin Fair. 6 park and ride spots to concerts and more.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Looking at your entertainment headlines, Taylor Swift is giving fans plenty to talk about this morning, from a brand new album to a personal victory that's been years in the making.
Yeah, she officially unveiled the cover art and track list for her next album, The Life of a Showgirl, but that wasn't the only headline.
That's right. She also shared the emotional moment she learned that she had regained ownership of her music. Take a look.
Taylor Swift last night officially unveiling the cover art for her new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
Can you do drum roll? Last track, track 12. The title track, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
Swift making her first appearance on boyfriend Travis Kelce's podcast to announce the album and track list. She also opened up about a major legal victory.
Since I was a teenager, I've been actively saving up money to buy my music back.
Swift telling Kelce and his brother Jason about the moment she found out she had regained ownership of her master recordings.
I get a call from my mom and she's like, you got your music. And I'm just like, just weeping and kind of like unable. I was just like, really? Really?
Swift bought her own masters back for $360 million in May.
I want it because this is my handwritten diary entries from my whole life. These are the songs I wrote about every phase of my life. My artwork, everything that I've ever done is in this catalog.
Swift also using the moment to praise Kelce for supporting her through the process.
I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, I was...
Because I could not stand.
The pair, seen affectionately holding hands throughout the interview, also had some fun reliving how they met, including a failed attempt by Kelce to get backstage at a Swift concert, which led him to make a public plea for a date.
It was such a wild romantic gesture to just be like, I want to date you. So I was like, if this guy isn't crazy, which is a big if, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager.
Oh, I hadn't seen that, and that just made me smile. He's so a golden retriever, and I know.
They're
so cute together.
They are a good pair. I'm not a huge Swiftie. Are you a Swiftie?
I like some of her songs, but I'm not like
you're not
gung-ho.
Like not super fan, but a fan.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, we're talking about forever chemicals and how they were found at Vista Field. Now the port, though, is bringing in some heavy equipment for the next few days of testing, why officials hope this round will clear the air.
Plus, local schools are cashing in, literally. PISA Credit Union's Affinity Card program is giving back to the community and also taking part in schools are just now receiving their annual checks. We can find out how one Tri-City school plans to put thousands of dollars to work for students. All those headlines and more is coming up. But first, we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is expanding same-day delivery to include perishable foods. The company says it's hoping customers will add fruit, vegetables, and eggs to their regular orders. The same-day delivery service is available to Prime members only in more than 1,000 U.S. cities. The popular cash app Zelle is accused of failing to protect users from fraud. New York's Attorney General claims Zelle's parent company neglected basic fraud safeguards, costing consumers more than $1 billion between 2017 and 2023. Zelle calls the lawsuit a political stunt. Apple is coming out with a robot virtual companion as part of its artificial intelligence comeback strategy. It looks like an iPad that's mounted on a movable limb that can follow its human around the room. It also is promising a beefed up version of Siri that can have actual conversations. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Allison Cossack. Have a great day.
When the island speaks.
Snorkeling and snorkeling. Tiki bar. Tiki bar.
Water slides.
Oh, really big pool. And hammock.
It's time to escape to the great life with Norwegian Cruise Line. And escape to the hammock life. Ah, now this is the great life. Welcome to the incredible new Great Stirrup K, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Secret Clinical versus ordinary antiperspirant. Turn up the heat. Looks like ordinary antiperspirants can't take the heat. Ordinary antiperspirants can't fight sweat better than Secret Clinical. Try new Secret Clinical Strength Spray.
Getting your flu shot at CVS matters because we'll work around the most important schedules. Yours.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, you went with 98 degrees yesterday.
A little bit of a nail biter.
And I verified at this because I lost 102.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, lost.
102 minus 98 is 4. So.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. So congratulations
I didn't do that math in my head.
Didn't either.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, congratulations to Matt Castle. Awesome last name. And now you have an awesome little sum that's going to go into your bank account, or however we dole out the money. So. That is that for yesterday. For today, going with forecast high of 89 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 86 to 92, the jackpot's going to reach $25. If that doesn't happen, well, no one's winning anything because there's nothing in the jackpot right now. Find out how to win future jackpots by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at Richland. This view also coming courtesy of our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Should be mostly sunny skies for today. It could be some hazy sunshine though, and the winds are going to come back. They're not going to be as strong as yesterday, but it'll certainly be breezy out there. It's already breezy in Hermiston. Some of those gusts between 25 to 30 miles per hour. We're seeing similar gusts in the Kittitas Valley. Right now, temperatures down into the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s up in the Cascades, and 50s in the Blues. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Like I said, mostly sunny skies, a little bit of haze, and cooler as opposed to yesterday. As for the hottest part of the day, we'll have a hard time making it to 90 degrees, which is going to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news in Kennewick, where the port is taking a closer look at possible contamination at Vista Field after forever chemicals were found earlier there this summer.
Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has more on what residents can expect.
PFAS, or forever chemicals, are man-made compounds that were detected in the soil at Vista Field earlier this summer, putting some of the site's building projects on hold due to safety concerns. Next week, the port will spend 3 days at the site using heavy drills and a backhoe to collect new soil samples from multiple areas. Those samples will be sent to a lab to measure contamination level. Port officials say this new round of testing will follow proper protocols, something they said the original sampling done by a private group did not.
There's a question whether the first round of testing followed the protocols, plus the levels were so low. So we're kind of, if you keep your fingers crossed, when we come out and do the further testing, we might find things are clean. But if we don't, then we go to the next step.
According to Port of Kennewick officials, dealing with forever chemicals, or PFAS, has been a bit of a learning curve, as what constitutes PFAS or forever chemicals has continued to change.
About a year ago, came up with standards for drinking water, and they're just coming up with standards for soil, and it's so new that the standards are actually in flux. So we don't really know precisely what the cleanup standards are. So it's still a very evolving science as far as the regulators go. And that does present a little bit of confusion on our part, because you're out saying, okay, we're going to test it. And then when we find the samples, what do we compare them to?
Arnzen says the PFAS wasn't even on the port's radar. Typically, environmental testing starts with a Phase 1 review, looking through historical records and past uses of a property.
In 2014, they said we need to dig near the fuel tanks because that is a possibility for leaked fuel. They found some, and it was all cleaned up. But then what you do is then for PFAS, for example, you would say, was there ever firefighting foam used out here?
While Arnzen says it's unlikely PFAS would reach the groundwater, which is more than 140 feet deep, his current priority is keeping property owners at Vista Field informed.
We have met with all of the property owners, and we've done Zoom meetings so they could meet our attorney, they could meet the environmental firm, talk to the principals of the environmental firm. So we walked them through a PowerPoint scenario of where we're at, what PFAS is. We fielded all their questions, and we've had very good results. It was a very cordial series of meetings we had.
For now, it's unclear what the next steps will be until testing results are back. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And Artson saying that the port will continue working with environmental agencies to ensure safety before any projects start back up.
Now to education news, GISA Credit Union's Affinity Card program gives back to local schools and organizations every time a special debit card is swiped. And schools and districts that are taking part just received their annual checks. The TriTech Skills Center is one of the schools taking part in the program. Director Paul Randall says his school is in its second year of the program. And this year, TriTech received more than $3,000, which he says will go to student leadership opportunities, competitions, and student travel.
A great example of student leadership that this GISA Affinity Card supports is our Skills USA program. And so this year we sent a diesel technology student back to Atlanta for a national competition. And so it helps support that student traveling to Atlanta.
Other districts say they plan to use the funds for activities, travel, and sports equipment.
Taking you to Oregon now, a Pendleton kindergarten briefly locked its doors Wednesday morning after some nearby police activity. Pendleton Early Learning Center went into a secure status just after 10 a.m. when staff were alerted to the situation. So all exterior doors were locked. No one was allowed in or out until police gave the all clear, and that took about 40 minutes. Superintendent Michelle Jensen says staff acted swiftly to keep students safe without interrupting class. Police say they were responding to an isolated incident in the South Hill area and took one person into custody. There's no ongoing threat to public safety, but they are continuing to investigate the situation. And talking ladies sports this morning, the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic isn't just about birdies and putts. It's also about bringing visitors and dollars into Eastern Oregon.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how the tournament is boosting tourism and local business.
From the greens of Wild Horse Resort and Casino to downtown Pendleton, this week golf is giving Eastern Oregon's tourism a major drive forward.
This introduction to the area and then really seeing that there is so much to do, and when people just get a taste of it, you know, just coming back, spending a little more time, seeking out one of the events, because there's always so much happening and going on.
She says it's easy for visitors to come to Wild Horse Resort and Casino because Pendleton, in her opinion, is a prime centralized location. While the number of people and money aren't available yet, one thing is for sure. The tournament draws hundreds of players, fans, and support staff, filling hotels like Oxford Suites in both Pendleton and Hermiston.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge, especially this time of year. August is usually pretty soft, and this tournament has really helped impact that and has increased our occupancy level.
And once they leave the course, many head to local businesses, like the young business Flying X Speakeasy Lounge. Up until a couple days ago, they had no idea about this tournament. However,
we've had a huge influx of out-of-town guests. Like I would say probably 70% of our guests lately in the last 2 to 3 months because of summer has been out-of-town guests that have heard about us on, different platforms.
From tee-off to nightcap, the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic is turning 1 week of golf into year-round gains for Eastern Oregon tourism. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And organizers say that they, of course, hope the momentum from this year's tournament will help bring even more bigger sports events to the region in the future.
Exciting stuff. Love to see it. All right, keep it here because coming up next, Gen Z may be quick online, but scammers are quicker. The warning signs that every young adult should know before they head off to campus. All those is coming up in your Consumer Alerts.
All across America.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
Want to hear something delicious? Yep, my spicy chicken strips are back, starting at $5. And covered with my new hot honey. Want to taste something delicious? You know where to go. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
You've worked hard all year long. This Labor Day, relax in style and comfort for less than $500. At More Furniture, get the best of both worlds with a sofa chaise, combining a classic sofa with the extra lounge space of a chaise. Built-in storage, drop-down tables, and reversible chaises. Perfect for any room. All the latest functions, all for one unbeatable price. Choose your favorite and take it home today for only $495. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after time.
Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
Starting at $4.49, you can get 1, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The Harlem Globetrotters are playing against the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. What would you do if you saw a date nap on your husband's phone?
Ignore it.
You said ignore it, all the women in here with it.
Nominated Celebrity Family Feud tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. You see some of that light haze up in the sky, and this is originating from that fire that's burning on the west side. I believe the name of it is the Bear Gulch Fire, but that thing prompting some evacuations over on the west side. Our impacts are that we see a little bit of haze up in the sky. There are some moderate reductions to air quality, but we're not seeing any air quality that's unhealthy for sensitive groups or just straight up unhealthy. Okay, here is your CoatCast for today for the Tri-City. It's kind of laughable that we still call it the CoatCast, as it's going to be all t-shirt weather all throughout the day, but thankfully not as hot as yesterday. It'll be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, so at the hottest part of the day, bouncing anywhere between 85 to 90 degrees. Okay, let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County, where it's still going to be gusty for today, but those peak gusts between 20 to 40 miles per hour as opposed to 25 to 50 miles per hour, which is what it was for yesterday. So then in terms of the high temperatures, like I mentioned, about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Going to be in the mid-60s for Snoqualmie Pass, low 80s for Ellensburg, and around 90 in Vantage, which is more of a basin climate. And like I was just talking about, some of that light upper level haze from the fire that's burning on the west side. Then in the Yakima Valley, we'll also see some hazy sunshine. These high temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 80s, a lot of 87s on the map, and these gusts anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, around 90 degrees for the Tri-Cities, Benton City, Hanford, always a little bit cooler for Boardman and for Hermiston, some of those impacts from the river, and will also be a little bit breezy here. Some of those gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Then for the Blue Foothills, low to mid 80s. In the Morrow County foothills, we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s for the Umatilla and Walla Walla County foothills, and then 70s and 80s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, places like Tollgate and Cabbage Hill and Battle Mountain Summit and Ukiah. And these gusts anywhere between 20 to 35 miles per hour. Whenever we see windier conditions in the foothills, typically the windiest section is in the Morrow County foothills towards Lexington and Heppner. Now, as we head into tomorrow, well, let me take it a step back here. As we head into tonight, we're going to see shower chances increasing for the Cascades and for the valleys. It looks like for tomorrow, that's going to kind of stay put. But then as we head into Friday night into Saturday, shower and thunderstorm chances becoming much more widespread across the map. Thankfully, with cooler high temperatures, vegetation dryness going down. So even though there is some lightning in the forecast, we're not too concerned about the potential for lightning fires. So I'll time all this out. I'll put some actual percentages to some of those shower and thunderstorm chances. And that is going to be coming up in a few minutes. But for now, we're going to send it to break.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh will be back with that full First Alert weather forecast. That'll be right after the break in just a few minutes.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time.
Best deals of the year.
My favorite season of the year. Why? Is it the flowers, honeybees?
Mud. See, Bronco and Bronco Sport make every adventure more epic.
Because they come with GOAT modes. Goes over any type of terrain. Like
mud.
We sure do like mud.
Lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Choice Hotels gets you more for your money so you can maximize any vacation from the second you log off. Getting rooftop cocktails at the Cambria Hotel.
Yes.
Need anything, email Janet.
But there is no Janet.
Even better. Check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Oreo Thins. When that fancy new dessert spot is actually your couch. Flavors that feed your fancy. Stay playful.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, here are the precip chances for tonight. Rain looking likely up in the Cascades. And remember, the arrival of the rainfall is mainly going to be after midnight. So rainfall looking likely in the Cascades, a little bit less likely for the valleys. you can maybe squeak out a shower or two for the Tri-Cities, Connell, Hanford, up towards Adello and Moses Lake as well. But to the east of there, looks like we're going to keep it dry. Then for Friday, some of that recedes back to the Cascades, where rain's still going to be likely. Then about 20 to 40% shower chances in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, also for this US 97 corridor. But to the east of there, we're looking dry. No real lightning in the forecast for tonight or for tomorrow, but just for kicks and giggles, looking at vegetation dryness, it's going to be anywhere from limited to elevated. So with the cooler high temperatures, that is going to improve that situation. Then for Saturday, much more widespread shower and thunderstorm chances. This is actually going to ramp up Friday night. I skipped over Friday night by accident, but into Saturday, that'll continue. Looks like the best chances of thunderstorms going to be in the Blue Foothills, in the Blue Mountains, also in the Cascades, especially in the upper Yakima Basin. Points in between, probably just a pretty mild rainfall. And since we actually have lightning in the forecast for Saturday, checking in again on vegetation dryness, this situation looking even better at this point, just limited to medium. Remember, yesterday we were seeing critically and significantly dry vegetation. And then for Sunday, mostly dry, but we could have some leftover showers and thunderstorms for the foothills and for the blues. Those chances spanning anywhere from 10 to 40%. So at this point, we're going to end up being much drier. And again, vegetation dryness anywhere from medium to limited. So the lightning fire potential over the next handful of days is not going to be too concerning. You see, could maybe pick up over an inch of rainfall in the Cascades from tonight through Saturday. So that is an encouraging sign. And then the trend is going to be drier after that. And the trend in terms of high temperatures, we're going to be either seasonal or slightly below average for early to mid-August. Here's the 7-day well, it's definitely mid-August at this point. But anyway, 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy sunshine today, more clouds tomorrow, then rain likely for Saturday. In Yakima, small shower chances Friday, rain likely Saturday, then maybe another small thunderstorm chance Monday. In Ellensburg, gloomy tomorrow, rain chances pick up Saturday, then a little storm chance to start next week. In Hermiston, mid to upper 80s and Pleasant over the next couple of days, then rain likely on Saturday, turning drier after that. Finally, for Walla Walla, thunderstorms likely Saturday. A few thunderstorms could linger into Sunday and Monday as well.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Benton County, where deputies responded to a single vehicle rollover crash. It happened just after 10 a.m. yesterday morning near Gibbon Road and Interstate 82. Investigators say the car rolled several times before coming to a rest on its roof. A woman was trapped inside. Fire crews quickly arriving, working to free her from the wreckage. She was transported to a local hospital for treatment, and officials are still investigating the cause of that crash.
And in Pasco, city leadership is preparing for a change at the top. Former Mayor Pete Serrano has stepped down to take on a new role as interim U.S. Attorney for Eastern Washington. That leaves Mayor Pro Tem David Milne next in line to finish out Serrano's term through December. And Milne says he's ready to step into the mayor's seat, possibly as soon as next Monday's city council meeting.
In Kennewick, Vista Field is facing some backlash after forever chemicals were detected in the soil earlier this summer. Port officials will spend 3 days next week collecting and sending samples to the lab to test for contamination levels. Officials say the first round of sampling done by a private group did not follow proper protocols, and they hope this new testing will provide the accurate data.
Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez has filed a tort claim seeking damages for alleged harassment, discrimination, and retaliation, claims stemming from his time on paid administrative leave.
And Benton County has been ranked the best place to raise a family in Washington State. A new report from Smart Asset looked at housing costs, school test scores, access to recreation and community centers, and child care costs. And Benton County scored high on relatively affordable child care and community resources, earning the #1 spot in the state.
In your national headlines this morning, 26 alleged cartel members now face justice in the U.S. after Mexico extradited them. 26 alleged cartel members, and the Trump administration accuses them of having roles in drug trafficking and other crimes. And the LA County Sheriff alleges one was involved in the killing of a deputy in 2008. Mexican officials say the extraditions weren't aimed at pleasing President Trump. They argue the prisoners were continuing drug operations from behind bars. And President Trump says the flow of fentanyl and other drugs across the southern border is a national emergency.
5:53 in your business headlines this morning. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing the parent company of Zelle over massive amounts of fraud. The suit alleges that EWS knew for years that certain features of the electronic money transfer service are susceptible to fraud. The company is accused of failing to implement safety measures, which allow scammers to steal over $1 billion. The suit is seeking restitution and damages for New Yorkers affected by the alleged fraud on Zelle. It also seeks a court order to mandate Zelle install anti-fraud measures. And Alex Jones's platform InfoWars will go up for sale to help pay the more than $1 billion that he owes to families of Sandy Hook shooting victims. On Wednesday, a judge ordered InfoWars' parent company to be turned over to a court-appointed receiver who will sell its assets to use the proceeds to pay the debt. Jones was found liable in 2022 for defamation after repeatedly calling the 2012 massacre, which left 20 children and 6 adults dead, a hoax, and he hasn't paid any of the damages.
In your health headlines this morning, Dollar General is recalling 3 lots of its 8-ounce Clover Valley instant coffee. The FDA says the product could potentially contain fragments of glass. The lots have Best By dates of December 13th and 14th of 2026, and the coffee was distributed and sold July 9th through the 21st at Dollar General stores in almost all 50 states.
5:54 in your sports headlines this morning. A new Netflix documentary on the Dallas Cowboys reveals a battle that NFL team owner Jerry Jones has endured for 15 years. According to the Dallas Morning News, owner Jones says that he was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma back in 2010, fighting the disease for a decade. Jones says it was an experimental trial drug that saved his life. 82-year-old says he was treated with a drug called PD-1 at MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. He recently told the Dallas Morning News that he is now tumor-free. The 8-part documentary, America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, premieres on Netflix on August 19th.
All right, staying on the topic of sports, trending this morning, tennis icon Venus Williams is getting another Barbie in her image.
Another one? Well, this one is a part of the Barbie Inspiring Women series. It follows her first Barbie, which came out last year as a part of the Barbie Role Models collection.
Tennis star got to choose the outfit on the new one. She picked her uniform from her 2007 Wimbledon victory.
The Venus Williams Barbie includes a green gem necklace, a wristband, tennis racket, and a ball.
And it goes on sale Friday online at the Mattel shop.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
So cute.
I love
Barbie
it.
stories. It's always interesting to see who they choose next.
Yes, the collaborations that they have, and then the outfits that they pick.
Yep.
And I think it's
And I like
fun.
how it's like something that they've worn before.
I was expecting a Hi Ken to be thrown this way. That's okay.
Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken.
It's too late.
Hi, Alan. No. Was that the other guy?
Alan.
No. He's Ken.
Do you have any Barbies?
No, but my sister would go on Barbie.com growing up, and those are some pretty cool games. So she would never let me play, but I would watch. Yeah.
Probably watching over her shoulder. Like, that's fun.
Like, pick that shade. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. Think you're recycling right? Well, you might be surprised. Tacoma is now using some new technology to catch and correct common mistakes. We're going to show you how that works coming up at 6.
And they're bright, they're beautiful, and they're deadly in the wild. Coming up, the endangered golden frogs making their home in Chicago and the global effort to save them. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we're tracking a little bit of haze up in the skies and some cooler high temperatures and some rainfall and thunderstorms on the way. So all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.